that a week ago it was 18 degrees.
I think it was 16
and
degrees.
The pipes were
last
freezing.
Sunday morning.
Chicken eggs were freezing outside.
Yes.
The hens made it through the cold snap.
And Exo Man fixed the water within an hour.
Yeah.
So we had water so we could shower. It was great.
I wanted to talk about this thing that I saw in the news recently. You know how like weird stuff makes the news, just shock stuff? Like it's not news, it's cultural stuff.
Yeah.
Well, there was this girl that was doing just that, doing a shock video. And so she goes into a gym and she's body painted.
Just body painted.
Just body painted.
Oh.
She's not dressed. And
she's
taking
a play out of my playbook.
Well, no, you wouldn't do that though. But that's why I want to talk. That's why I want to talk about this.
True. That's true.
She is just in body paint and hair, and she quickly draws the ire of one guy that's like not having it. He's like, that's not cool. And he confronts her, and she's got camera crew with her. And,
what was she doing?
well, she's just walking around the gym. And he says, something to the effect of, you don't have clothes on, you need to not be in here.
Oh.
And she begs to differ,
Yeah.
She says, well, I do, I'm fully clothed. And he says,
you don't see anything.
You don't, and
all the bits are covered.
So really, what do you think about that?
Well, if she's not working out and, being unsanitary.
Exactly. So.
Well, and she kind of is subjecting everybody there to her whims.
Okay, so you're not going to be the bad cop. Well, that's good. I'm kind of glad you see it that way.
Well.
It's how it is, yeah.
I mean, well, and everything is like you always say, set and setting.
Yeah.
It's just
there's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
So I am no prude.
Well, and when I do it, I don't subject people that are not willing to look at it.
And when you say subject, you don't mean that it's bad. It's just something that's not for everybody.
Exactly.
And I think so that's the basic thing that brings us to the larger point, which is we just need to have respect for each other.
Yeah.
And decorum. Yeah. And it's nobody's saying body painting is bad. We do it all the time.
We love it.
Why do we do it all the time? It's just
so
a fun pastime.
I love it.
I'm an artist.
And it like tricks your eyes.
You like to model,
yes, you are very creative and artistic.
It's an outlet for me. And you enjoy being painted on.
I love painting.
Sam, do you know it's illegal to draw on a woman? That was an old Playboy joke cartoon I saw when I was a kid.
Oh, that's
Man was painting on a lady.
Classic that you remember that.
Yeah. It was my inspiration for what I do. But so anyway, this woman walks in there, and I get that she's a shock person, and I mean, I don't particularly like this person because I looked her up and I saw her slowly killing a pig. Like she's a hunter and she likes to blow animals apart for no reason. Yeah. I get hunting. I like hunting. I've hunted and eaten animals, but I don't think we should be. Anyway, that's another story for another time. But she's slowly killing a pig with a spear.
She has a YouTube channel. She's into it for shock factor.
Yeah.
And
And I think so. So if we want to really discuss that philosophically, some people will right away say, hey man, live and let live. Let people do what they blah, 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 like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Hey man, we're comfortable with our sexuality, so we swing our things around on stage. Well, that's in that setting where people are paying you and they know that's your act. That's
they know that that's what's going to happen.
But when you go out on the street, don't poop. When you show up at kindergarten class, have clothes on. There's time and place for everything.
For sure.
If you walk in a gym, have cleothes on. You wipe your sweat off. Don't wipe your body fluid. Don't be getting body fluids on the seat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Clean it up.
And the other thing is, may I say this? Could you imagine if a man did that? walked in the gym in
kind
front
of
of.
hard to body paint the male genitalia so that
I
you
wouldn't
can't
want to do
see
it necessarily, but I could make it so it looks like it's some clothing or something like that.
Yeah.
But you could do it. But
you can make it look like you're the Red Hot Chili Peppers with a sock on it.
But I think he would be beaten up, you know? I think because there's women there and men would be protective and women would be like, you're a creep, you're a pervert.
Yeah.
It's just not cool.
Yeah.
So it should be the same. We should have the same standard for women. Although I'm not saying people don't like to look at women.
No, but at that point, it's right there in front of you and you can't turn the channel or shut it off. You are kind of there.
Well, so we
captive.
So we completely agree on that. It's just have respect for others.
Well, yeah.
Do your thing. I am such a believer in freedom in
me too.
whatever you want to do. Whatever
and live and let live.
kind of sex you want to have.
Yeah,
just
as long
don't
as
do it in
nobody's
front of the
getting hurt.
grandkids or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't poop. I don't want to hear you farting. I don't want to see you pooping. I don't want you to urinate on my car tire.
And like you're saying, that is a sensibility, and people have sensibilities, and everybody has different sensibilities.
Right.
So you can't just subject yourself.
Yeah.
You know, your sensibilities on everybody else.
You have consideration and you think for a minute, maybe this person wouldn't enjoy if I stuck my finger down my throat and projectile vomit.
Gross.
You know, whatever. It's just people can come up with crazy stuff.
Yeah. But that's, you know, I consider it crude, but somebody else might like that. So
well, that's
they
why
can look at that in the privacy of their
decorum.
own
We
home.
used to have decorum, and people used to demand it. You know, and it was the consensus. People behaved politely.
Oh yeah, and everybody got dressed up.
In the old days, people used to work. Men in a warehouse. Men in a warehouse had vests and white button-down shirts with vests over them.
Yeah.
And suspenders and nice trousers, and they worked like that.
Mm-hmm.
When
I go to work, or when I used to go to work, at a place, I dressed up.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to look nice. It's like first impressions.
Yeah, and you were in sales occurred in the field. You didn't even do in the office. You were on the phone, but you still looked very nice.
Oh yeah.
We were in a restaurant recently, and a guy a big guy walks through between the tables, pulls out a handkerchief and starts blowing his nose, walking through a crowded restaurant. You remember that? Mm-hmm. That's just so. Not just low class and reflects poorly on you, but it's disgusting to subject other people to that.
Well, and it's those germs kind of flying around, like
and if you filmed it with a black field background and slow motion, you'd see stuff. It's just so uncouth.
Yes.
So. But even if you are, if you are uncouth, it's okay. I mean, whatever you want to do in your own home is okay. But I think that's it. I think we have a consensus.
Okay, let's do some body painting.
All right, I'll get my paintbrushes.
All right.
Tell us what you think, and thank you for watching. And be sure to like and subscribe. Check the description below for more information.
Yes.
And the comments. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you.